If you're looking for the perfect indicator to start day trading with to actually pull money out of the markets, you've clicked on the right video because today I'm going to explain in depth on how I use VWAP to day trade with. I prepared about 10 or so slides, and then we're actually going to dive into the charts. So I'm going to show you some real examples on where I would enter or exit trades, how to actually put VWAP on your charts to use, and we're going to get through this so you can start being profitable with VWAP today, okay? So my VWAP day trading strategy is going to be simple. I'm going to show you some real examples, and we're going to see how to control risk, because when you're trading, risk is the most important part, right? So first off, what is VWAP? VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. So I'm just going to read you off the actual definition here, okay? So it measures the average price of security over a trading period. Adjusted for volume of trades, unlike a simple moving average, VWAP gives more weight to prices with higher trading volume, providing a more accurate reflection of a stock's true market value throughout the day, because it resets every single day. Traders and institutional investors use VWAP to assess whether a security is trading above or below its average price, helping guide entry and exit decisions and evaluate trade performance. Okay? So that kind of shows you what VWAP is and why people use it. And it is used by institutional investors, which is something great to know, because obviously the more people that use VWAP, the more accurate it's going to be, right? So why VWAP matters? Because it acts as a dynamic support and resistance. So just like support and resistance, it can act as support and resistance as well, okay? It's going to help identify trend direction. And it's used by big money institutions like we just covered, right? My core rule is I only take trades based on VWAP. I'm not going to take any random entries. I'm not going to chase anything. I'm not going to FOMO in. And I'm going to wait for confirmation before I enter, right? Because you have to be disciplined and you have to be a lion, stalk your prey, and then enter, just like a sniper, right? So the VWAP trend strategy, a bullish setup is when price is above the VWAP. You wait for a pullback to VWAP, just like you would support. You hold that VWAP, then you enter for that retest, and you can take your trade. Now, a bearish setup. Price is below VWAP. It pushes up into VWAP, just like resistance. It rejects. You wait for that rejection candle, then you enter a bearish position. So here's an entry example. So you're going to wait for the pullback, just like we talked about. You look for a bounce or rejection, and you enter after that confirmation candle. So looking at this chart below, you can see the blue line is actually VWAP, okay? So anytime price is above VWAP, it's bullish. And anytime price is below VWAP, it's bearish. And so also another thing is during the day, when price is below VWAP, more people are red on the day than they are green on the day. And when price is above VWAP, more people are green on the day than they are red on the day, right? So here you would wait until we got that confirmation candle above VWAP, and then you could enter your bullish position and ride that trend up. And you can also use support or resistance to find spots where you would actually exit your trades. So more than likely, this was a resistance area right in here for our example. So you would exit your trade here, or you could scale as you're coming up to your resistance to scale out of your position. And just the same, when you come down, we get below VWAP here, we come up and we get this rejection candle. You could enter your trade here and ride the trend down, right? And that's where I enter, kind of what we just covered here. At the VWAP bounce or rejection, after the confirmation candle, that is key, not before. Patience is everything here, just like in trading in general. Patience is key. Patience pays is what I like to say. So a stop loss strategy is just below VWAP is the bullish area, or just above is the bearish, right? You want to keep your risk tight so you're not having any slippage or losing more money than you originally put up to lose. If VWAP fails, I'm out, no emotions. If it gets below, I'm cutting my trade, or if it gets above, I'm cutting my trade, just depending on what kind of position I'm in. Now your take profit strategy, you want to use previous highs or lows to exit your trades, or key resistance or support levels along with VWAP. Partial profits on the way up or down, so you can scale your positions as you're coming up to your target. You don't have to, but some people like to do that. I don't try to hit home runs, just consistent base hits. So what I mean by that is I'm not trying to get 1,000% on every single trade. I trade options, and when you trade options, you can make a lot of money quickly or you can lose a lot of money quickly, right? So I'm not swinging for home runs. I want consistent gains every single day. I'm not trying to make big money every single trade because that's how you're going to strike out, right? Just stack those base hits. Now, the common mistakes that most traders make is they trade far from VWAP. And what do we mean by that? So if VWAP is in one area and price is way above it, I'm not going to enter. I'm going to wait for it to get back to VWAP and then take a trade. You're going to enter too early. You don't want to do that. You wait for that confirmation candle, right? And don't ignore the trend. If the trend is bullish, don't take a bearish position. If the trend is bearish, don't take a bullish position. And over trading. Most people like to overtrade, and that's if one trader could take out over trading, they would probably be profitable, because if you could just make your money for the day, close the charts down, because if you just sit there, stare at the charts all day, you're going to want to take a trade. So the best thing is you make your money, be done for the day. So my personal daily routine is I'll do like a pre-market plan, right? I'll wait for the market to open. I'll identify the trend versus VWAP when it opens. And I'm going to be patient. I'm going to watch for a setup. I'm not going to just enter because the stock's running, right? And I'm going to execute with discipline. We're going to wait for that confirmation candle. Then we will enter our trade. Now, the key takeaways here is VWAP equals your edge. You have to have an edge in trading to make it, right? You can make money here and there just guessing, sure. But eventually that is not a plan that's going to be sustainable. So VWAP can be your edge. Trade with the trend. We've kind of talked about that. So that's how important this is. You want to trade with the trend and wait for confirmation. You wait for that confirmation candle, then you enter, because you don't want to get faked out. And then first and foremost, manage your risk, right? So now we're going to dive into the charts. I'm going to show you how to add VWAP to your chart and where we're going to enter exit trades and how to use it. Let's go. We have Microsoft pulled up on the charts. Now I use TradingView. So this is TradingView that we're looking at right now. So to add VWAP to your chart, I'm just going to go up to indicators in the top left. And then I'm just going to type in VWAP. And you see that's the first thing that pops up. Select it. And then you're going to see it has more than just one line. It's got 3 lines, right? So I'm going to edit that. So we'll go to settings. I'm going to take the lower band away. And I'm also going to take the upper band away. I just want VWAP selected. And then you can change the color. I like to have my VWAP yellow. That's just my personal preference. And I'm going to thicken it up so you can see it a little better. So now we've got VWAP added to the chart, right? So you can see this is when the market opened on Microsoft right here. Now, just because it gets below VWAP right at the open, you don't want to take a bearish position, because like we said, you want the trend to develop first before you enter, because VWAP is just getting going in this area. So you want to wait, let the market kind of digest, settle down, and then get a true trend before you enter any kind of trade. So by looking at the chart, first glance, it looks like a bullish chart, right? It looks like we're in an uptrend. So you can see we come down and you get that push up back above VWAP, right? And then we come down. This is your retest of VWAP. And then you see we get the confirmation candle here. We close above VWAP. So you could, at the close of this candle here is when you could enter your bullish position. And then you see we get that pop up, consolidate, and then another push up higher, right? So you could have basically cut your trade right here at 368.23, because this was a resistance, because this was pre-market high. So that could have been a spot to cut your trade, but you see you would have missed out on this big move you had here. So that's why sometimes it is good to scale your trades and then maybe leave a runner or two just to see what happens. But over time, it's probably best to just cut your trades and then you can re-enter if necessary, okay? Now, right now we are in a bullish trend, but remember before we talked about how far away you are from VWAP. So you would not want to enter any trades, because look how far away we are from VWAP right now. So you risk coming all the way back down to VWAP if you entered a bullish position, okay? So that's why you wouldn't want to enter a bullish position right here, because you do risk coming right back down to VWAP. So I would just be patient right now with Microsoft. I probably wouldn't take any trades. If I was in a trade, I would just kind of watch it but I would not be entering a new position at this point with Microsoft because of the distance between it and VWAP. Let's see if we can look at another example here. Let's look at NVIDIA on the day. So everything's kind of an uptrend, it looks like. You can see here, NVIDIA opened up this morning. It came down. Here's VWAP, right? We pushed above VWAP, and then you get this confirmation candle right here on VWAP. You could have entered a bullish position here and rode it up, right? Now you can see this area I had here is resistance. We are basically coming up to, so that would probably be where I would cut my trade if I was in a bullish position. So basically this 177 area, basically where we hit. That was what I would use to exit my position. Now you want to use like support and resistance to basically have your targets and where you're targeting, right? So right now we are in a bullish trend because we are above VWAP, right? Now you have a good distance again between price and VWAP. So I wouldn't want to just get in a trade right here. You would want either VWAP to catch up or wait for price to come back down to VWAP. As long as it holds VWAP, you could take a bounce off of that because use it just like support, right? Now let's look at, I know this company here opened up big and then kind of came down. So let's see what Oxy's doing. Now on the flip side, Oxy opened up big, but got an initial push down, right? So now I would not want to enter a bearish position here because of how far we are away from VWAP. So we risk coming back up to VWAP. It's not guaranteed, but more than likely we're going to consolidate in this area, either let VWAP catch up or we're going to go back up to it. So this is like a no trade zone for me, right? And we are coming into lunchtime, so we could just chop around here because we did get back below this support line. So this could be resistance now, right? So this would be a no trade for me. But if you opened up, you see we got a nice push up and then we closed below VWAP here, you could have taken a bearish position at this close right here and then look at this nice move you got down, right? So that's how you use VWAP. You don't use it right when it opens. You have to let the market settle. I would like to watch for about 30 minutes before I actually enter a position. So that's the basics on how I enter and exit positions and how I use VWAP to actually trade myself. Like I said, I've been trading for about 6 years now. And if you're new to day trading or struggling, I do offer one-on-one coaching. I have a link in the description below if you want to check that out. I'd be happy to help you out on that. But if you got any value from this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want more videos like this, subscribe. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll get to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching and good luck trading.